And dispute there's many geese there, and I'm gonna chase them off. Today's speed is for this. Today's speed hasn't just. Hopefully this goes good, but there's a lot more than last time. Let's chase them off. See how it goes, because there's many, or maybe not more than last time, but a lot like last time. So let's see how these geese fly this time. I'm gonna control which way to go. So let's see how this goes. And before I make them fly, I have to position them and maybe farther enough so they all fly very far. Because they're on this field or this area. Let's see how they fly. They didn't fly yet. Let's see it. Ah. Oh, she comes back. They are flying far. I love this. Oh! Before my camera runs out of batteries, because I only got 34%, I'm going to get them to an area that they go straight to the land again, so I can have more chase from them. There's a lot of ice. Yeah, they're already going straight to land. Let's see how strong this ice is, and can it handle a small rock like this? Or it's too weak. Let's see how it breaks. Does it break or not? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, that's weaker than I thought it was. Let's see the smaller rock. Oh, it just barely did any damage. It was way too small for that. And way too weak as well. It's really weak, so it's not as easily gonna break a rock through ice. Sometimes it just makes a small hole. What's air underwater? You see, those are bubbles of air. Let's see this pine cone. It doesn't do any damage. It just bounces off and breaks itself a little bit. Let's try it when it's going faster. Oh God, that just breaks it. It's spine cones. I'm proving that are not so strong. I will never throw my camera here, even though there's a chance it will not sink through. There's still a high chance it will, so I won't take a chance to throw it in, and I can break the ice if I walk on it to get the phone. These seems like they want to go back onto the land. Let's see this rock. Wow, this is the stronger ice, so that did not do any damage to the ice pretty much, just probably a little bit of marking. Stronger rock, oh, it doesn't do much damage. I just put a tiny hole for the ice, but it did not fall through because how small it is and not unstrong. Let's try this bigger rock. Yo, yep, that ice right here is very strong. Look at most of the pond. It's gone. Probably ice is some of these areas. A bigger rock. Some more damage there. Let's try it up close to the area with the shallowest water. Okay, that easily broke through and it even got a piece of ice out. That does a lot more damage. But it still doesn't go inside. Let's try to slam a rock fast in. Oh, that's not strong enough either. Let's try down there. That was pretty weak. So it only did one break apart in the ice, and then it failed. Okay, that's some other parts. As you can see, the ice here can still be weak, but not too weak. Because sometimes in some areas of the ice is most strong, even the rock is huge, it doesn't make much damage. Like, watch. Oh, that did not do as I thought. That broke straight through that because that's that ice right there is not as strong. Let's try over here. Oh, very strong. It just makes ice noises. Yeah, it did a lot of damage. It broke that area. Let's try another one. Let's see how it breaks it. Actually, it didn't break. It just looked like a lot of ice broke. It just made one dent, and it was done. That's the strongest ice I ever seen at this pond. Makes a lot of noise. It's a lot like glass, but there's difference. Let's try this stronger rock. Actually, I mean weaker rock. This guy's cracked. Can't break it apart. Oh, when that happened, a lot of the water goes over the ice. And the ice is not any strong. Let's try this rock. And that was the stronger area, so it did not even go inside. Because the ice there is at the strongest area for the ice, so even if it was a strong rock, it would not do so much damage. That one for sure went inside the water. And whenever this melts, it's going to be crazy. And then all the rocks will be underwater, and that's when they're going to replace the area. Okay, back onto the geese. So they're near the land, but they haven't went onto it yet. So the geese over here, like, they landed before they got to the ice, and some of them did got to the ice, and the ones that did went to the weak area of ice, so it easily broke.
Hey, everything okay?
I am okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. These geese. And this rocks broke a lot. That damaged the ice a lot. And when that ice melts, it's all gone. Well, the pine cones will be floating. It's just that they will be a little bit out of sight because some of the body will be in there. Even though it floats, that doesn't mean it's not in the water at all. Some parts do go on the water. If it doesn't float, its whole entire body goes in. But if it does, it just means that most of it doesn't. As you can see, all those holes here are not easy to spot, so if this was strong ice and you were stepping in those holes, that can be a trap. Because it's hard to see them. Ice and water sometimes look the same, except in different forms. Ice is a solid and water is a liquid. Ice and water can be pretty dangerous because when they're together, there's traps. The geese are crossing, and soon they'll probably fly away. As you can see, this ice is so strong over here. Okay, if I can be here, I'm going to break through it. Let's try it. This ice is so strong. Not even a stick could break it. Let's try this rock. Rocks are so strong, but that was not so strong enough to completely break it in seconds because the ice is so strong that only the area that it got hit in is broken. Because they can be easily formed in different, without people having to make ice in different forms. And glass has to be made by humans. If it just forms, it can't usually just be very, very strong. Without humans maintaining, this is a rock, it's not part of the property, so it'd be better to do from here. Yep, this ice is so strong over here that doesn't even let my part of me do it. And because how hard that rock was, it did damage, but not enough to break through it because it was not strong enough. I like the way it echoes. As you can see, that stuff, this is the strongest area of the ice, so the ice doesn't break just by a small rock. It just leaves a very big mark. And because how loud it is, the geese will easily go on the land when I just throw the rock at this area. Because the noise gets closer and closer to them by traveling here. Okay, and that rock is because this is an ice that is not nearly as strong as down here. Okay, this kind of looks like a drop of water, but it's a drop of ice. Okay. Okay, let's put it to the weak area. Oh, it still breaks it. Look, if it's that oxygen there. Let's throw it far. It still travels closer to the geese, so the geese get more scared. Since it still moves. No wonder it hit water because how strong the ice is. It went to the weaker area, and that's the louder area as well. Let's try a bigger and stronger rock, because if it reaches them, they'll get pretty scared. Oh, I thought that was the geese honking. That was dull. Let's try this weaker one. Okay, that one's a weaker ice. So, if a shore broke the ice and it stopped moving. Let's try the stick. Yeah, that scared the geese a lot because it just slides on the ice. Yeah, that reached the water. And that's scaring the geese a lot. It's just dangerous for me to go on, but I can surf the rocks up to the geese and they're going on the land because how scared they are of these rocks. Because I was getting to weaker ice, it broke when it got to the weaker parts of ice. Yeah, I see as it still slides there. It spins, scaring the geese because that one's still sliding and getting up to them. Because how slippery ice is, it also helps it go farther. Until it goes to the weakest part of ice and it breaks the ice in it and it stops moving because it gets too dense. Weaker parts of ice, if it's just on the ground, just going farther, it usually just makes more noise and goes slower because it's starting to damage the ice. I have to throw these rocks to get to the geese. It's like for the ice. Because of the loud noise, it really makes them want to go to the land. And when it gets there, it makes a huge splash, which is scaring the geese a lot. Let's try many. That definitely scares the geese more. And they have to worry about many more heading towards them from the ice. Slowly disappearing, which scares the geese a lot. Because how weak the stick is, it doesn't slide as easily and it doesn't break the ice at all. Let's try these rocks. And if it gets to the weakest part of ice that can hold the least weight, it goes under ice. The one thing got to the water. Takes a lot of work just for it to get to the water. It's like, and some of them do not get there at all because the ice can hold not so much weight. Not strong as what we're standing on. So it breaks easily. And you know, the rocks do go far. That's how it is. Some of those rocks took it so far that the geese got so scared. Let's try these rocks, any of them, so there's more likely for a splash to happen. Oh, 2 splashes this time, except one of them hit the weak ice, so it was a weak splash. Sorry, definitely a lot more going to splash. It's the noise plus the breakage, which scares these a lot. Let's try these guys heading straight for the ice fast. Okay, now a lot are going to the land because how scary the rocks are to them. To us, rocks are not scary at all, unless they print a scary face and they're alive. Okay, the geese are finally going to the land since how scary I put the rocks at them. And they're all over the ice, so if they want to go to this side, they're more likely just to get on land. At first, they can plow through the ice, breaking it into pieces, until they get to the strongest amount of ice, and they just paw a walk on it, and they easily slip. Because the ice is slippery, it's not like when we're walking on. Because when we're walking on, there's things that point upwards, and is like in glass is different than ice because it's watery. If it's watery, that means it might be slippery. Ice has water on it. It's made from water. That's why it's slippery. If it was completely solid with no watery particles on it, it wouldn't have been slippery. My hands are starting to get very cold, so I probably have to just wait until the geese fly away and touch less cold stuff. There are things that's not frostbite and it doesn't stop me. But the bad thing is that it doesn't feel good. Just don't get closer when easily they'll scare them back into the water. And they'll go to the land. If I be calm enough. Because these geese are smart. They are intelligent and they know what to do when there's a threat. Oh. What, Mommy?
How much longer are you gonna be there?
The geese are probably gonna go back on the land in a few minutes, and that's probably when I'm coming back. I just didn't hear you at first.
Okay, just don't be on the road because the cars, it's dark now. They can't see you, okay?
Okay, yeah, good. I was not doing it anyways. I was just at the side of the pond.
Okay.
See you when I get back.
Okay.
The air is getting out the ice, and whenever it does, it makes us pop like things. It makes splashes. Because that's the air trying to get out. And the air has to reach the hole. It got in because the rock pulled it in. And it gets out because it found the hole. There goes a siren. That might easily scare them back on the land, probably. Okay, guys, so more and more geese are going back onto the land, and I hope they fly away. The last time I scared them, the next time I scare them, let me find away from the area. There's a quarter inch up there. There he is, I see him. Yesterday you might have saw, or actually earlier today, you might have saw a lot of videos. But that's the thing, like, I was actually doing that because how old they were. They were very old. Because some of those chickens or geese you saw are two more years older. Because that was some of them were 2 years ago, and some of them were just half a year ago, like probably months ago. As you can see, the geese are heading away from the pond now, but I'm not going to chase them until almost all of them get to the land and they go far. I think they're going to go across the road again. Or just like a few that hundreds of feet away from the pond. Or hundreds of centimeters or inches. I'm not sure. Usually they do it like a few thousand centimeters. Oh, I only have 5%, so I gotta chase these guys off before it runs out. Fast, fast, fast. I should have did it earlier, but it's almost too late. They're flying away from the area. Okay, guys, they flew away. They thought to be a misguided, so lucky.